Hello everyone. I'm really happy to be there with you on this platform because I'm going to present you why and how we are using technology at NEOMA Business School. To make it very short in terms of presentation, I'm Alain Goudey, Chief Digital Officer of NEOMA, and NEOMA is based in France on three physical campus, Reims, Rouen, and Paris, and we have opened our fourth campus, which is a persistent virtual campus. Why we are doing all of that and using technology? Of course, and I'm going to be very fast on that, the world has already changed. I mean, here you can see how I see the world with all these platforms and all these ocean of data. And definitely we need to educate and teach our students about these new aspects of the world. The other topics is that we are facing a huge competition, not necessarily inside our higher education sector, but from outside our sector. Because if you are looking for an information, if you are looking for a tool, or if you are looking for people, you can access all of that through the different platforms with a very simple and easy tools to use that you always have in the pocket, your smartphone. And also, we are facing another big challenge concerning our students is their attention. I mean, the human attention is not necessarily far better from this goldfish. It has been assessed to be a level of attention around 8 seconds. And it's going down years by years. So as professor, we definitely need to stimulate and to engage our students in the different class or seminars. So basically, we are living definitely the momentum of disruption of the higher education sector. And I do believe that the greatest danger in that period is not the turbulence of what we are living with the COVID crisis, but it is definitely much more to act with yesterday's habits. That's why we are trying to innovate at NEOMA Business School, and we do believe that learning is experience. And if you are doing something else, you are just proposing information. And if you are only on information, of course, the internet has already won the battle of attention. So that's why, for instance, and I'm going to present you two innovations. The first one is a bit old for us because we are using since 4 years ago the virtual reality technology inside business case. And for instance, we have produced now it's free VR-based case study. The first one was in marketing, and definitely the session is about a 3-hour session in the classroom. And the idea of using this technology is to bring efficient managerial context right in the classroom. And what do we ask to the students? First of all, we are asking them to take a virtual trip of the location where they can visit. Here, it's a downtown retail shop that is called Cinétique, and which is based in Reims. And they have, as the new head of this retail shop, to make a visit of the retail shop. That means analysis the whole outlet, but also trying to understand what's happening in terms of interaction with customers and sales force inside the shop. And we are asking students, first of all, to make an individual critical analysis of all the situation. Then we ask them to come to a consensus concerning the key issues of the shop. And last but not least, we are asking them to make a proposition in terms of improving the shop. What is really interesting on this thing, and I won't be too long on that, but the first topic is that we are canceling the learning routine. I mean, when they come into the class, they are facing up a new way of learning. And of course, the engagement is really high. We also have the topic of physiological commitment, because with VR, you are definitely immersed in the managerial context. And that's really interesting to see that, because students are acting like in the real world. I mean, inside this business case, you are not telling the students, first of all, to do that, and then to do that, and last but not least, to do that, and so on. They are acting just like in the real life, and they can go wherever they want inside the shop, but also however they want. And if they want to start from the back office, of course they can. Last but not least, they are experiencing all of that individually before working with the group. And that's really interesting, you know, to act in short cycles between theory and practice. If you want to have theory, that's very easy. Students only remove their VR headsets. And if you want to go on practice, they're just putting on the VR headsets. So as I said, we are running that for 4 years ago now, and it means several thousands of our students that have faced this kind of technology. And the good news, and if you want to exchange on that later on, we are proposing also to our partners and worldwide universities or business school to be able to run this VR-based technology and business case. The second innovation, and that's very funny to be there at Eduniversal convention, because we have launched at the very beginning of September what we are calling the NEOMA Persistent Virtual Campus. And as you can see, that's almost the same experience on what you are living right now. The idea is there to have our fourth campus fully online in a persistent world. That means if you are connected or not, the world is still living with or without you. And that's really interesting to be able to run this kind of campus, because due to the context, of course, these tools, as you can experience these days with the Eduniversal convention, is that you can have everyone of the community gathered at the same times in the same place and share different kind of experiences. So we are doing that with our whole community. That means our 9,000 students and our 600 staff members and faculty members. And the idea of that is, of course, being together while being distant. We are relying on different kind of theories on that. The first one is embodied cognition, and the other one is extended self. And I won't go far on that, but basically being represented by an avatar is really interesting, because you are raising less fatigue and you also have more fun concerning all what's happening online. The other topic is, of course, to bring back this time the NEOMA Business School campus directly at home of our students. And we are importing all these usual cognitive schemes. That means if you want to have a global briefing with all your class, that's very easy, just as we are running this roundtable. And if you want them to work by groups, you can set up the confidential circle, and they can work all together without the other groups hearing them. So you are bringing back more fluidity, more spontaneity in the exchanges, in the class, and we are living that also in a way of proposing a real and concrete experience of what could be one kind of future of work. And we have had so many companies that asked us for a return on experience on that, because again, we are running that for all our community on the NEOMA Business School. And our proposal here was to revisit online learning, because as other speakers said, we were much more on an emergency learning. And basically what we've learned from our first lockdown is that all these traditional video conferencing tools are not necessarily really good to propose a really nice teaching experience. And we would like to propose something else. I mean, an alternative, trying to hybrid the best of being online and also quite the best of the habits we could have offline on our physical campus. So as I said, it concerns all of our community, and beyond the tool, we have got partnership with Laval Virtual to hybrid the culture between our students at NEOMA and also their own community, much more dedicated to immersive technologies. So these innovation has been launched quite recently. So of course we got some figures and some issues about the impacts on our community, and we are going to share all of that with the higher education community. But what we are already sure about is that all of that, this fourth campus, is going to exist after the coronavirus crisis, because we are running this as our fourth campus, and you got so many positive impacts concerning this kind of experience that leads us to create a lot of innovation and activities for our students. Thanks a lot.